I want you to take control of your money because you can actually get a higher rate of return when you manage your own money. But when somebody else is managing it, then you just at the mercy of, letting them control your retirement. And you may have enough by the time it's over, but sometimes you may not. And you might have to go be a greeter at Walmart.
That's on everything. That's on everything. If you want the latest news and the greatest views, tune into the Central Podcast, the one of my favorite crews, because the entrepreneurs who grew up together, now they created this show to make the community better. Speaking on being leaders, strong husbands and fathers, role models for our sons and our daughters, to business ownership. Like forget a building, you could own the strip. The squad holding it down as Jay Norris with C. Nick, T-Rel and B. Hicks. So what y'all wanna hear about? Like Hail Marys, they gonna air it out. So kick back and listen, they gonna set it, man. You're gonna be enlightened, and that's on everything. That's on everything. That's on everything. They are here to heal the people like Dr. Sebi, man. That's on everything. They celebrate success, so raise a toast with them and watch the confetti rain. That's on everything. 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 That's on
Word up, this is C. Nick, joined by T-Rel, B. Hicks, and J. No. Welcome back to another episode of That's on Everything podcast. Here to give you everything that you need and nothing that you don't. And that's on everything.
That's on
everything.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got something great for you today. Somebody gonna get rich. Somebody gonna get rich. That's all I know. If you didn't get rich off the last episode, today you gonna get rich because we're gonna be talking about the money.
That's it.
We talking about
Where the
trading,
money reside,
investing, stocks, and where the money reside. That's what we're talking about. We got the SMB, Jay Norris, aka Mr. Health and Wealth himself, on the mic today.
Yes,
And
indeed.
he's gonna be sprinkling us like E40 says. Sprinkle me, baby.
Indeed.
Yo, I know we all got a list of questions. So before we jump into it, let's go around the horn like we do and check in. We gonna swing up to the MI real quick first. What's going on with the boy B. Hicks?
Oh man, great week. My daughter started softball. That was it was a little heartbreaking, right? Because like you know how Facebook or your phone will let you see memories. So 5 years ago, she had started T-ball. And then when the game started, like, I don't know if my phone just knew, but it was like, hey, here's your daughter 5 years ago. Here's your daughter now.
Oh,
Tears
yeah, they
to the
know.
eyes.
They know.
It's like location. I don't know what it was. So she started that, had a great game. Beautiful time. I closed on my house in Okemos. Man, I'm really excited about that. Just the growth in the company, you know, starting with your first investment property off of Baker Street. And now, you know what I mean? We out here in Okemos. So
shout out to Baker Street one time.
so yeah, man. Super excited about that. Like, I mean, just the growth, man. So man, I'm still getting goose pimples just thinking about you know, the journey and whatnot. So just a beautiful week, man. Really excited about that. So that's really it. And yeah, that's it. That's all that's going on in the MI this way.
Word up. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing some of these videos. You in the baseball hat or something. You know what I'm saying? Tell me after swinging the bats.
Hey, I just want to absorb it. That's the hard part, man. I don't ever put my phone out and because I want to just be there.
Be in the moment.
Yeah.
And
don't start coaching. I'm gonna say that right now.
No. They don't want me coaching these kids. It's funny. I used to go on a lot of my daughter's field trips, and they would always ask for parent volunteers. And I was like, nah, just let me stick with
you don't want me on there.
nah. Mr. Hicks, I ain't got no room. I ain't got no room in the car.
I ain't got no room. All right, good deal. And congrats on the success with that real estate, baby.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm pumped, bro. I can't wait till this project takes off.
All right, word up, word up. Let's move down to the dirty South up in Tampa. What's going on in Tampa, baby?
Oh man, another beautiful week as usual down here. Not slow motion for me, traveled last week, so really kept it local this week, checking on the stores out here. My oldest TJ, he's training. He's going into 5th grade next year, so he's training for safety patrol.
Word
So
up.
that's been a big deal around here. He kind of walking a little bit taller, like
Got his vest.
yeah. So it's funny because I usually drop them off at the daycare so they can ride the bus to school, but since he had to get there at a different time, I had to take him separately over to the school, and the brothers, and I told y'all about it, but his brothers are not feeling this whole why are we doing things differently? Like, where he going? I don't know, but I need to go too. So this feels special, and I'm not included. I don't like this. But it's been cool seeing him grow up. I had a moment yesterday, actually, because we've been sitting in the car line waiting on 7:00 so he can get out and hit the gate. But yesterday it was about 6:52. And he just looked, he's like, all right, daddy, I'm about to roll. He saw his friends walk by. All right, I'm about to roll. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll just talk to you later on. And he just got out, walked out like a grown man. He had his boys, they slapping hands and, laughing and playing. I'm like, man, this dude is about to leave my house. And it's crazy to look at it and see that grow. So like you, Bruce, with, seeing the memories from 5 years ago and all that, I still, look at them like, we're coming out of birthday season too, for whatever reason. All of our families chose to have babies around the same time of year. So you get all those memories and birthdays and all that. And it's just like, man, watching my little dude turn into a man. And it is too
That's
cool
awesome.
And too funny. But he's excited. He was like, yeah, I'm going to be kind of famous next year. So, he's on this famous thing.
Oh, word up. It's two ways that that they're getting older. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the baby boy, Jason, CJ, obviously. So when they start calling you a different name, like you go from daddy to dad. Like one day I was just like, I didn't notice it. Ruby noticed it. She was like, why you calling him dad? I was like, yeah, I mean, that's what he called me now. and to Jace, I'm still daddy. Or dad, some playful, you know what I'm saying? And then the kiss, like you can still kiss the baby boy on his forehead or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I messed around and kissed CJ one day and it was like, I was like, he's still my son, bro. I'm just saying, I'm proud of you, son.
Hold on, Birdman. I ain't with
Yo, because that's like when he had got the AutoCAD and the grades was coming in. I was like, yo, man, proud of you, man. Dapped him up, gave him a little kiss on the forehead. I was like, yo, I'm your father.
It was like, yo, my mouth was open, man.
Are you
caught him off guard? Definitely caught him off guard. So enjoy it while it lasts.
I'm still getting I still get the daddy treatment, so I appreciate that. But and I'm seeing it though, but because Dallas the other day, and he's like the mama's boy. He loves Yomi. He always up under her, and every morning he's like, he wakes up and he's looking for her in the house. But the other day he got up and we moving around. I go to the room. He in there. He on the computer. He ain't paying. I said, man, did you even say good morning to mommy this morning? And he was like, he didn't even look at me. He was like, just tell her come here. Like, wow. tell her come in here and holler at me. I'm like, oh wow. And I just had to. I took that moment for myself. Like, you getting some dad treatment now. But that's it for me, man. Just cool. Man. Enjoying life.
Right. Well, I'm gonna chime in because I want to wrap up with Jay No, so we can get into that young topic. H-Town, let me let you know what's popping. So Jace, the baby boy, been promoted to 3rd grade. Had the celebration of learning this week. So that was awesome. They have a little presentation going there, and it's crazy because these things are gonna be short, but they so long, and like 30 minutes. And I'm like, man, the game is coming on. I'm gonna need y'all to say what you said and get up like this thing. So we did that. You did a good job. You had to go up there. Everybody had to present. And, you always kind of a little nervous to see how that's going to work. But, man, all these kids, man, Jason included, did well. They got up there, spoke well, said it with their chest, no fear. So they just let you know they're in a good environment. They learned it and got a lot of confidence. So very, very happy for that. And let me do the Corey's Corner real quick. Let y'all know what's going on real quick on this something old and something new. on the rap side, I got to tell you, man, if you not on that Future, never liked you, you need to get on that, son. It's a good album, top to bottom. It gave you a little bit more of the hardcore, I want to say, Future. I prefer the Hendrix. I know T-Row know what I'm talking about, the boy that be singing to you. But he didn't give you a lot of that. He did give you one hot banger that Wait For You with Drake and Tim's.
Cold.
See how you like it?
It's a nice gym workout song.
I'm shocked that Bruce even.
Hey, I'm shocked too. That let you know the reach.
He got a couple that he'll mess with.
Because I don't mess with Future at all, so I'm gonna have to take.
Oh man, he did his thing. I mean, from a complete like artistic package. Like if you look at the cover art, you know, because we from the days when you used to get the CDs. Oh, you open it up front and back. So if you look at the front of the album cover, my man just like sleep in the Maybach with the eyelid on. Then you flip it over, he got like this Thriller vibe. Because remember, Mike used to be on Epic, and you see Epic there, the way it's laid out. So I thought that was very nice, man. And the album itself, pound for pound, is good, man. I mean, Future really can't miss. So that's what I got on the rap tip. On the R&B tip, you got to get on this Giveon. He got a new joint called Lie Again. So if you like that smooth groove, that new R&B, I would definitely recommend that. Lie Again. And it's a little toxic, but the boy lover. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, so you just gonna put grease all over my clothes and bleach?
I mean, basically saying like, I know you've been with my man and them, but can you come with me and just lie to me? Like, just it's deep. You need to check it out though. But he's saying it in a beautiful way. So,
he got that Mario Winans vibe. I don't wanna
he was like, I know you got to go see your man.
Man.
Just pretend. And I'm like, all right.
Even Neo got a track called "Lie to Me."
See, I don't know. I don't know about all this lie stuff. There's a lot of toxicity in the world.
Yeah. Tell me the truth.
Hey, but I did peep that LMA. That LMA is a solid.
Hey,
R&B.
Try to tell you the truth. I try to tell you the truth.
It give me that 90s. Because you don't got too many out here, man.
You don't. Yeah. And that's when you get them, you got to appreciate it.
Yeah, LMA.
Like when you can let that boy ride from A to Z.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Like there ain't really no skippables on that boy. So
I don't know about that. I mean, it's like 3. It ain't no Erykah Badu track. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, right now, Badu ain't dropped none in a minute. But I digress.
Well, go find her in Corey's Corner, dog. She out there.
Oh man. On the old school tip, man, you know what's been bumping is that H-Town knocking the boots, because the meme that's out there about the before and after, y'all know what I'm talking about?
No, I ain't seen that.
You have.
Yes, you have. Because we sent a couple on the glide. Basically, it's like different chicks out there and they party and they're like before the gummy, before the
yeah. Gotcha.
And then they slow the beat down, the H-Town beat. Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. So that just kind of like got in my head where I had to just go, last night, thought about when we made, man, come on, man, turn it up. Turn it up right now.
Let's see what happens.
But I can't take that song serious now because of all the memes, bro. Like, because that's how your night start in your mind, right? And you think it's gonna go for like 12 hours. Oh, it doesn't.
That much dragged out.
Better stretch.
No, that's a good song.
Word up. And then last but not least, I'm gonna add something to the mix. If you don't know, now you know. The Thames. So we just talked about the Future featuring Drake and Thames, but Thames as an artist, period, she got 2 joints out there that's fire. If you went to the Nigerian African beats, you need to get into that because that mug is fire, bro. I'm telling you.
You said Tim like TIMS?
TEMS.
TEMS.
Yeah.
You got an album or she just got like some LP?
Oh yeah, she got 2 joints. The first one was like EP. Then she dropped another short EP, but they fire, man. Okay. So if you like that joint from Future, you're gonna like that.
I like that Afro beat, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm a big Afro beats. So Thames and my boy Burna Boy, he about to drop another one too. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay. Nice.
All right. Well, let's wrap that up. We're gonna move it down to J No, see what's going on in Jacktown.
Yeah, man. Ain't too much popping off, man. You know, just wrapping up the school year. And kind of to add to you guys, like, you know, when your child is growing up. Like I wake baby girl up in the morning and take her to go potty, and she'd be like, "Daddy, it's not potty, it's restroom." It's like we've been pottying like for the last 5 years. Like I wanted to stop being potty, and then it was like, well, you can't stand there. I gotta close the door.
I just about to say it.
Need my privacy.
You gotta close the door. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's
Excuse
like,
me.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just in here brushing my teeth. You know what I'm saying? Thought it was all good.
She gonna start just giving you that look like,
Mhm. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
I got it. I got it. Yeah, a lot of I got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So and then also, you know what I'm saying? Wifey is back on the grind with the popsicle business, meal
Word
prep.
up.
So we had linked up with one of my food truck guys and a good friend of mine. So yeah, we had like 230 popsicles, and we left there with 12.
Oh, beautiful.
Only reason why we left there with 12 was because it started raining. Other than that, they would have still been out there. So it was a good look, man. Good exposure. You know what I'm saying? Getting people, acclimated to the business, and you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, we can build on that. So it was a good week. Hands down.
Nice.
yeah,
Absolutely.
like that.
All right, we about to dive right in. I don't know. I gotta
Let's
do
do
a
it.
little plug for my boy
Come on.
right here. You
Come
know what
on
I'm
with
saying?
it.
A little health and wealth 101. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all. I got the signed copy.
I'm about
you
to
know what I'm
say
saying?
you ain't got the autograph in there though.
Got that set.
So yeah, if you want that autograph copy, you gotta go to JamariNorris.com. You can get that book at Jamari. Of course, I'm on Amazon, I'm on Books A Million, I'm on Target.com, Walmart.com. You know what I'm saying? But if you want that autograph, boy, go to JamariNorris.com, and you can get a copy of Healthy Wealth 101, which is fantastic for young adults and old adults as it relates to just understanding the basic financial principles that all of us need to know when we start adulthood, because a lot of us has made a lot of mistakes. So if you don't want to make the mistakes, jacking up your credit, budgeting, never investing, you know what I'm saying, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, and just creating a money wealth mindset, then Healthy Wealth 101 is definitely for you. Easy read, 70 pages. I ain't trying to keep you all day. I'm trying to give you the good stuff, and so you can apply it right now.
Word up. And we're gonna get into a little bit of it, man. That module 6, stock investing. A lot of good information there. So I'm gonna pull some questions for there, and obviously T, Bruce, I know y'all got some questions too, man. But hey, audience, Jay about to give y'all the
I'm gonna
gems.
give you everything. Give you
Get your
everything.
pens and papers. Get
Your
I'm
pen
old
and
school.
paper.
What's the
So-
show slogan? Everything you need and nothing that you
What
don't.
you don't? Oh yeah, everything you need. Yeah, stock investing 101. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's gonna be the
All
title.
right. So let's talk about investing. I mean, I think people are already doing it. They might not even know, but let's talk about what people are usually investing first. Is that the 401k? Is it something other form, or how do people usually get started?
Usually, like most people who get their first taste of investing is usually through their job, which is their 401k. And that's where you're taking pre-tax dollars and it's being applied to a company that your company has hired. So it may be a Fidelity or Vanguard or ING, but that's taking that money. That company is managing it, and they're putting it in generally mutual funds. So usually the most input that you have is either you want to set up for low risk, mid risk, or high risk. Just depends on how much time you have and how much time you have to grow your money. So, and then that's it. And then you get a statement every year.
Right.
Most people who invest in their 401ks don't even know what's in it. They don't know what percentage that is growing. They don't know what's in it. They just know that the money is coming out of their check every single month. So it's it's nothing wrong with that, but it's a very passive way of investing. And what I like to teach is I want you to take control of your money, because you can actually get a higher rate of return when you manage your own money. But when somebody else is managing it, then you just at the mercy of, letting them control your retirement. And you may have enough by the time it's over, but sometimes you may not. And you might have to go be a greeter at Walmart.
All right. So in the beginning,
yes. Oh God.
Hold on, stay with me, man.
Stay
with me. In the beginning,
Oh man.
when someone is getting into investments, what are like the 5 things they need to be looking for? What are like the 5 steps in terms of getting started?
Absolutely. All right. So I get this question all the time. So the first thing you need to do is open a brokerage account. All right. Open a brokerage account. And if you don't know what a brokerage account is a place that you buy stocks. So just like you got a bank where you put money, the brokerage account is like a bank, but it's for buying stocks, right? So you got a couple of different ones. You got full service brokerage accounts, and then you have what you call online or app based brokerage accounts. So one of the most popular ones is going to be Robinhood, right? That's an app based only. I
Right.
prefer, and you have Webull as well. And then you have your full service. So full service is going to be like your TD Ameritrade, your Fidelity, your E-Trade, your Scotch Trade. And when I say full service, I'm telling you that they have a app, they have a desktop, and they have 24-hour customer service. Because when you putting your money in something, you want to be able to talk to somebody, right?
Right.
Because if you got any
Absolutely.
questions, and a lot of times when you're dealing with apps like Robinhood, who has been notorious for, doing some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Now you see it, now you don't.
Yeah, man.
Robbing the hood.
So, and I used to use Robinhood, but I don't anymore. So, that's just my opinion. But you ain't gonna get nobody on the phone, and I don't even know if they have a chat feature, but like you can't call nobody at Robinhood, and that's one of the more frustrating things when you're trying to figure out what's going on with your money. You can't talk to nobody. So I prefer all my clients use TD Ameritrade because I can
Okay.
call TD Ameritrade. I've been using them for 7 years, and not to take anything away from anybody other brokerage account like Fidelity, but it's just what I've been using, and it ain't broke, don't fix it type deal.
Right.
So get that brokerage account. Number 2, after you done linked your bank account and all that stuff, then you want to start investing in companies that you already are a consumer of. So people say, what should I invest in? Start with the basics. So, if you got an iPhone, look at Apple. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, if you you know what I'm saying, if you on IG and Facebook, check out Meta. If you use, Square or PayPal as one of your payment processors, check them out. Just look at your ecosystem or your surroundings and see exactly what you're being a consumer of, because so much we're just focused on being the consumer and spending the money, not realizing that a lot of these companies are publicly traded, and we could be investing in those companies and getting a return off of what we use. So now essentially, now you own the company that you're using. So now you're paying them to get paid. So you shifting your mindset from a consumer mindset to a investor mindset, and that's a totally different ball game, because now you're looking at spending your money through a different lens, and you're looking to see, okay, if I'm spending money with this company, how can I get a return on it instead of that money just disappearing?
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah. So, and then number 3, the main thing is make sure that you're investing consistently, right? So, and what I say by consistently, so whatever amount of money that you're putting aside in every single month, make sure you do that consistently, because one of the 8th wonders of the world, or the 8th wonder of the world, is compound interest. And if you're not consistent with putting that money in every single month, then you're disrupting the compound interest. All right. So just recap that. 1, open up a brokerage account. 2, invest in companies that you already know. 3, invest every single month consistently.
Jay,
You got a question, T?
yeah, I was gonna say you threw that compound interest out there. Can you give an illustration on how that works? Because I know people understand interest in the way of making payments, or being a borrower, but how does that work as an investor?
Absolutely. So when it comes to compound interest, so you have like simple interest. So say, for the sake of easy math, say I got $100, and say I get 10% interest on that money. So that means that I'm going to get $10. So now I have $110. That's simple interest. Every single month I get $10. Compound is when you get 10% interest on the 10% that you gain. So now I have $110. Now I'm about to get 10% on that 110. So now I'm about to get, what's that, 15? So
Mhm.
now I got $125. So now the next month, I'm gonna get 10% on that 125. So it's compounding. Yep.
I love
And
it.
that's how wealth is built.
That's how wealth is definitely built, like the compound interest. And that's why, when it comes to different type of government-based programs, that's why retirement programs, they penalize you for touching it. Right? You can't touch it until you're 59 and a half because they don't want to disrupt the compounding effect.
Yeah. Well,
Because that's important.
time is your advantage there.
Mm-hmm.
Time is your greatest asset. Like I tell people, like, so for instance, like, we look at companies like Apple, and Apple is trading at like 100 and what is Apple trading at, like 150 now, close to that. But Apple used to be like $1.50.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it used to be $1.50. Right? Like back when we was in high school. Like, so just imagine if our parents just would have took, just $1,000 one time
Instead of the
and
J's,
instead of
right?
the J's and bought some Apple.
That dang Averex jacket.
That you don't even got no
But
more.
we want to be fly. So that's why I tell like a lot of these high school students, like, I understand you loving the J's, but Nike out there too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Own the company.
like own the
Right.
company. Like if you're gonna rock the J's, it's like, ain't trying to, what I'm saying, ain't trying to downplay your drip. But it's like if you're gonna buy the Nikes, if you're gonna buy the LeBrons, like own the stock.
It'd be better if Nike bought them for you.
Absolutely. Because Nike paying the dividend.
So what's the dividend?
Good question.
Oh, you're welcome.
So a dividend is a portion of the profits that the company pays you for owning the stock. So, and they usually pay out quarterly. So just sake of easy math, say if the stock is, $50 or whatever, they may pay you a dividend of 50 cents per quarter. So that's just free money. You ain't did nothing. That's just free money just for owning the stock. So just to kind of give you an example, so the CEO of Lowe's, it's a brother, I forget
Marvin.
his name. There you go, Marvin. There we go. CEO of Lowe's. He has, I forget how many shares he has of Lowe's, but his quarterly dividend check is like $750,000. Just his dividend check, not his salary, not his stock portfolio, just
the
the
dividend.
dividend. So when you get to that point where it can get nasty real fast. You know what I'm saying? For real.
And there's some companies that pay some really nice dividends
Oh
out
man.
there.
Oh yeah.
I hold
AT&T.
AT&T right now, and
Yep.
I've had AT&T for like 5 years, and I love that dividend. But I wanted to ask you, Jay, what's your recommendation to your students on like a drip? Are you recommending people reinvest those dividends? Because I have been, and it's grown my position over that time. But I'm like, man, should I have been taking that money out and putting it in other places? What's your recommendation?
Yeah, so I like to drip, but like with me and my strategy, I generally don't invest in dividend plays this early because my strategy is more focused on growth. Generally, dividend pays are going to be more of your Dow companies. So when I say Dow, it's like the Dow 30. So that means the top 30 US, companies, generating companies. So the reason why they can pay a dividend because they're sustained. You know what I'm saying? They've been in the game for a minute. So this is not, some up and coming companies like Tesla ain't paying no dividend because they're still in the growth phase. But when you're dealing with companies like Visa, Apple, Disney, they ain't going nowhere. So as an incentive for their investors, they like, okay, if you invest in us, we'll pay you a dividend. Now, is it going to grow by like 50% this year? Absolutely not. But you have that dividend because it's more stable. So those companies are what I recommend for like, once you get up in age and you just want something that's just going to grow a little bit, but it's better than putting your money in the bank. So my strategy is more one of growth. So a lot of times we don't invest in dividend companies. That's later on down the line.
Nice.
Makes
Appreciate
sense.
that.
And I got another thing, or another question to ask you. So when I was a state of Michigan employee, their 401k was handled by Voya,
Yep.
and Voya was expensive. to manage your money. So, do you recommend people go with a company that's free to start out with? Do you recommend that they go with someone like Voya, who's huge
Mhm.
and charge you? What do you think someone
I
should do?
recommend that you manage your own money
Ah,
at all costs. So for people who are, because you got some situations where you are in a company and they won't let you have access to your 401k until you
hmm,
either quit or you retire.
yep,
Hmm.
So if you're in that situation, then it is what it is, right? Um, I would say, if you're in that situation, you need to open up a separate account, preferably a Roth. But if you are in that situation where you have retired or you've left the company, take that and roll it over to an individual, to an IRA, because it's the same thing as a 401k. Roll that over to an IRA, and now you can invest in individual stocks, because you can't do that with a 401k. Somebody else is managing your money. But like you
hmm,
said, it's expensive when somebody else is managing your portfolio. But the thing
yep,
is, whether you make money or not, they still gonna get their cut. It's like one
yeah,
percent, and then you
Yeah,
got all these other fees. So if your account is only moving up, like on
yep,
average, the 401k is going to, on average, the 401k is going to give you between 5 and 8%. And some people ain't even getting that.
hmm,
But
hmm,
when you look at what inflation is, normal inflation is 3 to 4%. But you see what inflation we had now, we sitting at like 7, 8.
hmm.
So if you only getting 5%, and then they taking their percentage off for managing your money, you in the hole. So that's why it's important for you to roll that thing over and just manage your own money. And even if you just rolled it over and put everything in Apple, you still would do better than what you probably have done. You know what I'm saying, that the whole time that you were actually with that company and having somebody else manage your money.
And not to give you a real life illustration, that's what ended up happening with me, right? I seen that my portfolio had grown 7%, but Voya um, took out like 4.5%.
Hmm.
So I said, what's the point of having my money here?
Mm.
Right. So, and
Yeah.
I'm not telling everyone to do this, right? Your strategy has to be your strategy. So I pulled it out, and that's when I started investing in real estate. I said, I mean, worst case scenario, if I'm getting 10% on my money in real estate, I'm okay. But like
Hmm.
Jay's saying, just pick a brokerage, and that's we have TD Ameritrade now, and Webull and Robinhood, because they're all free.
Yeah.
They're all free.
But see, and that's the caveat is, or the exchange is, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna and the market is too risky. I
Yeah.
don't want to deal with all that, so I'm just gonna let them handle it. And that's cool if you want to let them handle it.
Hmm.
But on the flip side, it would be to your advantage to learn a skill set, workwithjnow.com, and increase your financial knowledge so that you can manage your own money and get a better rate of return on your income.
Yes. Absolutely.
No
So
doubt.
let's you talked about your strategy. I mean, and let's tell the people again in your words. I mean, what are the benefits of investing and trading stocks? Just
Man,
plain and simple.
so the benefits of investing and trading is a two-pronged approach. So investing is for the long term,
Hmm.
trading is for the short term. So for instance, I invest and I trade full time. My trading income pays my mortgage. My investment income is for my daughter.
Right.
Right. I probably ain't even gonna
yeah.
see that. So now, like, so you covering both grounds. Now you don't have to be full time like myself, but the beautiful thing is I know plenty of people who trade and supplement their income or even replace their check. You know what I'm saying? That could be groceries, that could be bills, that could be a vacation, that could be your car note. It's very, very simple to do, because the beautiful thing about trading is that the income potential is really unlimited. It really is. The investing side, like I said, that's long term, because you don't want to disrupt that compound interest. 59 and a half. By that time, everything should be paid off, debt, what have you. And now you can just live off of that. You know what I mean? But the trading aspect, understanding both of them is like it becomes very dangerous. I mean, you start walking into work like, bro, you know what? It's like, bro, you know how much I just made on Apple today?
I don't come here to work.
Yeah, I'm coming. Hey, come here and do no job. But and
Look at it
also,
sideways.
and I'll bring up this point because this is very important. With investing, you only make money on the way up. With trading, you can make money on the way up and on the way down. That's very important because a lot of times people will look at the market and be like, man, it's in the tank, it's going down. What am I do? You need to trade that. Because if it's going down, you can still make great money. I'm in a trade right now as we speak. I'm waiting for it to hit. and the market is going down. I'm in, matter of fact, let me tell you what I'm in right now. I'm in, y'all familiar with Ross Dress for Less?
For sure.
I'm trading Ross right now as we speak. And because the retail market, that's my CNBC alert. The retail market has taken a great hit. So Target and Walmart just plummeted, right?
34 billion.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. Plummeted, right? And more so just because, and really the main cause of it was that we're now seeing the effects of COVID and the supply chain and the
Price of
interest rates.
products.
So price of products. I don't have enough products, so I got to raise the price of products. So now this stuff is just sitting on the shelf. So therefore, and then plus, ain't no more stimulus checks. So I ain't just buying flat screens like that. So therefore, this quarter was like, okay, we see the effects of that. And I missed that Target play, but I saw Ross and their earnings came out. So I was like, yep, let me get on that because I'm finna get that bread too.
So you're betting that the stock is going down.
That's correct. I'm trading that the stock is going down. Now here's the deal.
You're essentially going to make money as the stock falls.
That is
the
correct.
opposite of what most people think, right? They see red, they feel like their portfolio is dead, right? You over there shouting the hallelujah dance, right? Because you see the loss. So yeah, that's smooth. That's smooth.
Absolutely. So now I would never hold. This is a beautiful thing. It's certain stocks I put in my portfolio for the long term, but then there's certain companies like Ross. Ross is not in my long term portfolio. This is just an in and out. You know what I'm saying? Some stocks you date, some stocks you marry. I'm just dating Ross for right now, but they ain't putting no ring on that.
So how do you go to Waffle House after the club? That's it.
That's
leave me my 40 and I'm out.
I'm out, baby. We out of here. You know what I'm saying?
And I love that you talked about that. I would imagine that most people have this fear of just losing all their money, right? Correct. How do you get folks, and you train and you teach and you coach folks, how do you get them to overcome that initial fear of, I don't understand this well enough to do it? What's going to happen to my money? Because I never held a stock in my hand. What is going to happen? What's going to happen to my money?
Absolutely. So of course it's not tangible. They don't give you a certificate or nothing like that. Everything is digital, as most money is nowadays. Like nobody's carrying cash for the most part. You have so many different forms of digital payment and currency, and everything is on a computer. But my goal, like the first thing I talk about in my coaching plan, as well as I talk about in my book, is mindset. Like I have to change your mindset to help you understand that here are your options. You can put your money in the bank and get 0.0%, or you could put your money in the market and potentially grow your money 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% a year. Now, they may say, well, what if the stock goes down, right? Now, I have a 7-step strategy as it relates to picking a company, all right? So if I've done my research, so say Apple is one of the companies that meets the criteria. If we buy Apple at $150 and it falls to $90, right? What are we going to do? Because my portfolio is in the red. What we're going to do is buy some more.
There it is, coach.
Get some more Apple.
It's on sale.
We're going to buy some more because, like I said, don't look at the stock that, oh man, the stock is in the tank, because the news will have you believing that you need to sell everything and run. That's what they're supposed to do.
And that's when you lose.
That's when
You
you
locking in
lose.
your loss, right?
You lock it in, you lost. Like absolutely. So when the market is down the way it is right now, like we're almost the S&P 500 is
Mm,
close to a 20% downtrend, which is essentially once anything gets past 20%, then we're technically in a crash or a
yeah.
bear market. All right. So let me explain what that is because I don't want to go over your head. So the term bear and the term bull, bull means up, bear means down. So when somebody says like the market is bearish, that means it's downtrending. If they say it's bullish, that means it's uptrending. So anytime you have a correction from an all-time high, an all-time high is the highest that the stock has went. If you have a correction of 10% or more, that's a correction. 20% or more, that's a crash. All right. So right now, the S&P has been down there teeter-tottering at that because generally everything follows the S&P. So if we go past 20% like 2 days in a row and it doesn't correct, then we could potentially be in a bear market. And there's also talks of a recession.
Mm.
But I have to tell people like that's all fear, smoke, and mirrors because wealth is created at the bottom, not at the top. Rookies get in when it's running up. Oh, I'm finna miss out. FOMO. I'm finna miss out. Then they get in at the top, and then what happened? That joker come back down, right? No. And this is the hardest thing to teach people because it's like, but it's down. What if it keeps going down more? Buy
Buy
some
more.
more. But I guarantee you, perfect example, when COVID hit. When COVID hit in 2019, the market, man, straight crashed, straight plummeted for like March, it hit the bottom and it was down pretty good. By the end of the year, by
Cool.
2021, like you could pick
Millionaires
any
were made.
stock. Oh man, you could pick any stock. Not only did it come back to where it fell from, but it doubled. It doubled. So it's like you can't be in this game if you trying to, you know what I'm saying, if you scared of a little blood. Like they say, when there's blood in the streets, it's time to eat. And there's blood in the streets
Yeah.
right now. This is the perfect time to buy. Perfect time, especially if you knew.
And so I didn't dabble in the stock market, and even us, you would always say, Bruce, you're kind of silly for not doing that,
Yeah, I
right?
remember I remember you saying that stuff.
I remember you said that. But I had to change my mindset because when I go into Lowe's or Home Depot,
Hmm.
I'm going all the way to the back where there's a yellow, red, yellow stick, whatever, because I'm looking for the clearance stuff, right?
Show you right.
That's the same way I now look at stocks. The cheaper it is, the more I want to buy. And like you
Mhm.
said, I locked into Apple. They did the 20-for-1 split. The stock tanked. I bought more.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mhm.
they got some bad news. Then it shot up to an all-time high. I kept buying when it was on sale. So
Yeah.
just, for everyone listening, just think about it as a percentage off. If you walked in and you see the Jordans was 20% off, you
Fast.
calling everybody you know. Get up here. Jordans on sale, girl, right? The Steph
Look,
Curry's on sale. That's how you have to think about it.
or the same thing with gas, because I see this all the time. People will post on social media, oh, gas over here is like 30 cents off. Y'all need to get over here.
Right now,
You know
before
what
they
I'm saying?
find out that it's cheaper.
Absolutely. Hey, there's a glitch in the system and they can't fix it. I hurry up and come down here and get this gas. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the stocks. But like
Yeah.
most people look for bargains, but when it comes to companies, when it's down, they stay away from it, which
Yeah.
is like
Yeah. It's a mindset.
insane. Yeah, it's a mindset. So yeah, man. But yeah, that's exactly how you need to view it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't falling, it's just on sale.
Mm.
So with that sale, like with Ross or Apple, with that analogy, if you get in, I just looked at the Ross. What is it like? It's down what 21 bucks. So the stock is at $70 or something.
Correct.
So if you buy it now and it's on sale, as you say,
Hmm.
and that let's say 6 months, 7 months go by, I'm gonna be in a better position if that stock goes up, and then I want to sell it, or do I want to hold on to it?
Good question. Good question. So if it goes up, now, if you're in your long-term portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
all of my students know that we're keeping our long-term, we're keeping stocks for a minimum of 5 years.
Okay.
minimum, right? Because ain't no point even like it's long-term investing, right?
Got you.
So you need to keep it for at least, and it depends on what your financial goal is. I mean, if you young and you 20,
If you're trying to pay the car note or something, that might be a
that ain't it. That's what we need to get into trading. So
gotcha.
long term, you just hold it. Now,
Gotcha.
if you need to trim off, you know what I'm saying, if it's coming to a point where the market is at an all-time high, then you may need to trim a little bit off, and then we can rinse and repeat, and we can get back in there again. But we're not taking that out of we're not you're not taking that money out and putting it in your bank account, because that's when you're going to cause a taxable event. You don't want to do that, right? So that's why I say long-term invest and trade, because while that stock is going up, you could be making that short-term money and you can pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? You can pay that, and it's a win-win situation.
Word up. So yeah, talk about that real quick. You talked about trading and investing. I mean, what are the tax implications to somebody?
By these taxes, because you're gonna have to pay somebody.
You just can't make all the money and not pay the taxes, Shane.
Correct. So I'm gonna break down the taxes on all the retirement programs and on trading. And it's very simple. If you've ever heard of capital gains tax, it follows the same laws, right?
Why you shaking your head, Bruce?
Because they coming, baby.
So there's two types of taxes when it comes to capital gains. You have long-term capital gains and you have short-term. Long-term capital gains is when you hold something for at least 12 months or longer, right? So I tell people, if you're going to sell anything, at least hold it for a year, because if you hold it for a year, then you only have to pay 15% capital gains tax. Short-term capital gains tax is treated as regular income. So just like your job, whatever tax bracket you in, that's what you're going to get taxed at. So let's break this down. So with your 401ks, right? Your 401ks, your IRAs, your SEP IRAs, those all fall under the same tax code. You can't touch it until you're 59 and a half. And if you take it out before you're 59 and a half, they're going to tax you at whatever your normal tax bracket is right now. And then they're going to tax you an additional 10% of your total value as a penalty for taking it out early. So you looking like almost 40% or more. That's almost half your money. So don't even touch it. Now, here's the deal. There's a loophole. There's a loophole, right? There's a loophole. I always recommend that if you already got a 401k with your job and you're trying to look at another retirement option to set up outside of your job, set up a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA. So you got a traditional IRA and then there's a Roth. Here's the big difference. So with a traditional IRA, they all have the same rules. The max you can put in an IRA, any IRA, is $6,000. All right, for the traditional and the Roth. The difference is with a traditional IRA, you get to write that $6,000 off that you put in per year. You get to write it off, and that's good because you get immediate tax benefits for setting up your retirement program. That's fantastic, right? But
there it is.
But whatever you grow it to, they're gonna put the hammer on you.
That's right.
Because more than likely, wherever you started off, in your career, when you retire, you probably gonna make more money. So therefore, you're gonna be in a higher tax bracket. So they're gonna take more money. With the Roth, you put that $6,000 in per year, and you don't get the tax benefit of that $6,000. But the beautiful thing is, when it grows to 100,000, $500,000, $1 million, you walk out the bank with $1 million. So the question is this: would you rather have a tax write-off? Let me rephrase the question. Would you rather pay taxes on $6,000, or would you rather pay taxes on $1 million? It's a no-brainer, right?
Right.
No brainer.
But most financial advisors, which I am not, will promote the IRA because it's the tax benefit, not knowing that they're gonna get a cut of your money for making money, And the government is going to take their 30+% once you retire. So the Roth is where it's at. The Roth has been a wealthy loophole for, for the wealthy for the longest. Now you may think that, okay, but on my 401k I can put in $19,500 per year. On my Roth I can only put in $6,000. True. But by the time they end up slicing you at the end of retirement, that Roth is going to look 10 times better when it's time to retire. So and then here's a beautiful thing. With the Roth, you can invest in individual stocks. You can invest in Tesla that split and jumped up 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And then also in your Roth, you can trade too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so many different ways that you can take this thing to the next level.
Come work with Jay, people.
Work with
I'm
Jay.
giving you the game, baby. I'm giving you the game, baby. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this man, I'm so passionate about financial literacy, man. Because we need to know this stuff. Like,
True.
All of us were in high school and had no clue what this was. We didn't even think the internet was going to be around.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So the fact that everything is digital now, and now this stuff is just really taking hold, it's like crazy, man. I mean, you think about, like, even when it comes to stocks, buying stocks online is still fairly new. Like, you used to have to go to the bank and fill out a sheet of paper to buy stocks. This was like in 2000.
Yeah. And then you never knew what price you were buying it at, right? You put your order in on Tuesday, it don't get filled until Friday.
Correct.
Crazy.
Correct. So, but now that we have like everything at our fingertips, and you can buy any company at will. I mean, think about it. This is the only investment where somebody else puts up all the money, develops the business plan, hires, do the training, do the marketing, spend all that money, and then you let them blow up, and then you come and be like, yeah, let me get a piece of that.
And it's fair game, and you can do it.
Yeah, they want you to.
They want you to. So it's like, yo, you missing out if you're not investing in the stock.
And then they become accountable to you as a shareholder. That's what's crazy.
You jumping on the calls, listening like, what'd you say?
Yeah.
You know,
$34 billion.
So, man, and I'm glad you talk about the tax accounts. I was reading this book, and it was talking about one of the most.
Hold up, T-Row.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to cut you off because I didn't finish the last part of the tax.
No.
So
go ahead.
So the long-term capital gains tax, like I said, 15% or lower. So that's lower than what you're actually paying in your normal tax bracket, unless you just ain't making no money. But for the most part, long-term capital gains tax 15%. If you're over $500,000, then it's 25%. But that's still a deal, right? Now, when it comes to trading, because I didn't want to leave that out. When it comes to trading, that's taxed as regular income, right? Regular income. So every time I trade and I take money out, it's taxed as regular income, but not in a traditional sense as like your job, right? Because when you get paid from your job, the government already take their money out, and then they give you got gross, and then you got
What's left?
Social Security, Uncle Sam. With trading, I'm taking out what I'm taking out, and I don't have to worry about taxes until they 1099 me at the end of the year. But by that time, since I'm a business owner, I've already tacked on all of my losses and expenses. So I may have made $100,000 in trading, but with all my expenses and losses and write-offs, I might have made $40,000.
So how much you pay taxes on? 40 grand?
40,000, yeah, 40,000.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah. Oh man, the tax code is a beautiful thing, and I think if people are afraid of it, but like remember, Rich told us like everything in the tax code is designed to save you money. People just don't want to take the time to learn the codes and understand what it means. But there are people that are professionals at that.
Yeah, because I don't know all the codes. I know all this stuff from my CPA. So
get you some good advice. I was going to ask about tax advantage accounts. What's your thoughts on the HSA account? And I read that this is the most tax advantage investment account because it's got pre-tax dollars, gross tax free, and you get to. Now there's restrictions on how you can spend the money later because it's got to be on medical expenses or medical related expenses, but tax-free withdrawals once you get to that point. Is that Is that something people should be looking into if their job offers something like that?
I'm kind of on the fence with the HSA account just because I can only spend it on medical stuff. It's the
Yeah,
restrictions. Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want no restrictions on my money. And I don't want it to be limited to just one sector. So even though it is because there is a benefit to it, the benefit is it is lowering your taxable income, just like a 401k.
Hmm.
It's lowering your taxable income. And then, if you got a big family or you got a growing family, you're planning to have children, then I think it's a good fit for where you are in your life. But me, I rarely go to the hospital. I'm mostly plant based. I don't spend a lot of money in that area, so I never signed up for it. So it really just depends on where you are in your life. You know what I mean? If you're going to the hospital a lot, absolutely, because they can hit you over the head. But other than that, I ain't fooling with it.
So, excuse me, to go back and kind of elaborate, excuse me, on why the Roth is, in my opinion, a little better. We're dealing with it right now. So the dollar, we talked about this last week. The dollar you made last week is not only worth 92 cents.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing that's going to happen in the future, folks. Everything's going to get more expensive.
Correct.
So the $1 million that you made in 2021, it's only $1 million in 2021. When you get to 2045, it's not worth $1 million.
It's a different
So
ball game.
you don't want your money being taxed. That's why you want to go into a Roth. And then it gets even better because you can do a self-directed Roth IRA, which
Mm-hmm.
is what I do. And I buy real estate in this self-directed IRA.
Mm-hmm.
So the flip that we did in 2021, when I'm old and grayer, I'm going to take the money out in 2052 and it's all tax-free from
Facts.
something I did in 2021. And now that dollar is worth whatever it is at the time I take it out versus, like Jay was saying, you got a mill, they taxing you almost 50%. So now you have 500,000. Then you go with your $500,000 is worth 10 years later. Well, now you have 125.
Facts. Facts.
That's not a good return on your money. You could have left that in the bank.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all about, definitely getting with a qualified financial advisor, CPA, just someone who can walk you through this. But anything that has the word Roth in it, in my opinion, if you're looking at the long game, that's where you should operate in. And once again, none of us are financial advisors, but the Roth game is much
No,
stronger.
that make a lot of sense though, B. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I want to hit Jay with a couple questions about the market that I know everybody wants to know, and then I know Jay, you got kind of a one gotta go or one gotta stay deal for us.
Yeah.
Real quick on the market though, I mean, you talked about it being on sale, taking advantage of that. Can you talk about maybe looking out for like specific stock splits? What's coming up in the pipeline there? What should people be looking for? And then two, I mean, what are your recommendations on stocks that are on sale? Like, what should I be getting into right now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So there are two stocks that's coming up that's about to split that's been in the news pretty heavy. Amazon and Google. All right. Now these are two mammoths. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to when it comes to the stock market, these boys right here, they tried and true, especially Google. Google pretty much is the internet.
Google.
You know what I'm saying? When your company becomes a
Alphabet,
hashtag,
Inc.
you know what I'm saying? Google me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you know it's serious business. So
Google's trading at
Google,
2100.
let me just give you some
Which that's
facts,
on sale.
right? Yeah, so Google is on
I
sale.
know what you're saying.
Let me y'all silly. Let me go to Google real quick just so we can
Alphabet Inc.
Alphabet Inc., right? So Google, their all-time high is, let's just say $3,000. Right now it's sitting at 2138, so roughly about 2100. So Google is going to do a 20-for-1 stock split. So let me explain what a stock split is. A stock split is when a company splits its shares up for the purpose of more retail investors being able to take advantage of investing in that company. So let's just say a company is $100 and they do a 10-for-1 stock split. That means that now each share is worth $10 because it's 10 for 1, 100 divided by 10, $10. That doesn't change the value of the company. So let's say if I already had this share of XYZ company and it's worth $100, they do the split. I had one share, it was $100. Now I have 10 shares. So the people that didn't want to buy in at $100, they're like, man, it's $10. I got to get in now. So now let's take it. Let's take it to Google. So Google is at like $2,300. Let's just say, well, now it's $2,100. But let's just say from the example I was looking at, because it was $2,300 a couple of days ago. But let's just say it's at $2,100. Let's do the math on here. $2,100 divided by 20. So that means that when the stock splits, it's going to be $105 a share.
Yes,
so
sir.
if you weren't trying to get in at 2,000, I understand that's sweet for some people. I get it, right? You can wait for this thing to split and get in Google for $105 a share.
Now,
Google ain't going nowhere.
This gonna sound crazy though, but we got to ask the question: are they gonna run out of stock?
Nah, they ain't running out of stock. As long as the company don't run out. As long as the company don't go bankrupt, they ain't running out of stock.
So they're gonna have plenty on the shelf for you, boy.
Plenty on the shelf. Yeah, this ain't the flea market. It ain't running out.
It ain't Similac.
Yeah, it ain't no formula. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shortage.
So it's basically, I mean, there's enough for everybody. You got the 100. You got 100 bones. Like you need to get in there and double up.
It's enough for everybody to eat. So Google is going to split on July 15th. So you got a little bit over a month to either get in before, if you want to get one share for 2,300, or depending on where it is, where it falls, because it's falling now, or you can get in after the fact and get in for the hundo. Also, Amazon. Now listen, this is the thing I love about Amazon. So Amazon, Jeff Bezos, the second richest man in the world, him and Elon Musk go back and forth.
I say, yeah, depending on the day.
Depending on the day. That's like rich people problems. Like, hey, I'm the richest man today. No, you're not.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait till I put this spaceship in the air. There it is.
Right.
There you go. So Amazon all-time high is about 3,750. So 3,700 all-time high. Right now, it's sitting at 2,115. So let's just say 2,100 for the sake of easy math. So let's just check this out. Let me add this component to it. So if all-time high is 3,700, and then right now it's sitting at 2,100. That's a 43% return on your money potentially from where it is now to where it's going to go, because it's going to go back. The market is in the tank right now. The economy is not. Just the market is in the tank. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff that's going on, but since the inception of the stock market, we've had crashes and corrections. It's always gone up. Yeah. Ever since the Great Depression in 1929, 1930, which was the worst, what I'm saying, ever, it's going up. The dot-com bust in 2000, it recovered. The housing bubble crash in 2008, 2009, it's going up. COVID dip, it's going up. You just haven't been around long enough to experience that. So now that you're witnessing this, you're like, what are we going to do? Just look at the history. It's going to repeat itself.
And even like Amazon at 2,100, it feels like it's in the tank, right? But I bought Amazon at $1,200. Wow. You remember I got one share because that's all I could get then. One share Amazon at $1,200. And then we were like, is it gonna get to $2,000? Like Amazon might hit $2,000. Yeah. And now it's like
I bought Amazon at $1,100 and I didn't even know what I was doing. I bought Amazon because when it was in the news that Payless had shut down and Toys R Us had shut down because of Amazon. Yep. And I was like, okay, that ain't
Hoka shoes.
That's like, you know what I'm saying? We changing the whole dynamic of how we shop now. So it's like they must be gone. So I got it, and it was at an all-time high when I bought it. So just to let you know, I ain't know what I was doing. I bought it at an all-time high, 1,100.
I bought it because you bought it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but now it's finna split. It's finna be a wrap, baby. So, like I said, this is the time to get in while the market is in the crapper. All right.
And let me just, because we probably speaking over somebody's head, because when I heard the split, I'm like, what are you talking about? I bought Tesla, right? And before it was split, I'm Googling like, yo, I'm gonna lose all this money. So just for what people understand, all you're doing is taking $1 and going to get 4 quarters. You still have the same dollar. You just have 4 quarters now.
And it feel different though.
It does. It feels like you lost money because you looked at your portfolio like, yo.
I mean, like that's a beautiful analogy because that feel a lot different. Like if I had you a crisp bill versus giving you 4 quarters, you'd be like, man, I could lose one of these.
And I got it.
But it's all the same. That's a beautiful analogy.
It's all the same because even when, like I said, if you buy it now for $2,100, when it's split, your account is still going to say $2,100.
But that's what people don't get. So
it's just going to show that instead of 1 share, you got 20 shares.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
And it killed me because remember, GE did a reverse split, which I was like, wait, hold on, I had like 200 shares, and now you're gonna give me like 50?
Yeah. They walked it back.
Value.
So that's what you call it's a reverse split, or sometimes it's called a buyback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily bad because when companies buy back stock, they know something they know something you don't. So they're like, look, we need to get some of these shares back because we know some stuff that the public don't know. We need to have as much as we can. So that's not necessarily a bad thing as well.
Yeah. So just remember, folks, if you can get in now, like Jay's saying, and you can buy, like, do you have to buy all 2,100, or can you buy, like, let's say I got my income tax check coming back and only got, 1,100. Can I buy 1,100, or do I have to have all 2,000 to get it some Amazon right now?
Got you. So good question. Some brokerage accounts let you buy partial shares. All right. So if you're set, you have to check with your brokerage account to see if they allow you to do that. But some you gotta, some's the old schools. Yeah, you gotta buy the whole. Like TD Ameritrade, you gotta buy the whole. I would prefer you buy the whole. Like, don't put your toe in there. If you've done the research in the company, it's solid, get it. Because if you can't afford that, then just buy another company that you can get a whole share. Like you want a whole share. And I know like the whole partial thing has really been popular by cryptocurrency and saying because you can buy just a little piece of everything. But yeah, check with your brokerage account. But if you can get the whole share, get the whole share.
Yeah, that makes sense. So like, do you want the J's or you want them Shacks at Walmart?
Well, and see, for me though, like when I got started, I didn't have the liquidity, right?
Sure.
So I found a company that I believed in, like GE. GE has been here for 100 years. Right. So what I did is I would just do an automatic, like Jay was saying, you keep investing. So weekly, I would buy $100 worth of GE because that's all I could afford. So I was 100.
What was the price of the stock?
I couldn't even remember at the time. Maybe 50
but
bucks.
Whatever it was, you was buying 100 solid.
Just like Tesla. That's how I built up my position. Right. Sometimes Tesla was $600. I even bought it when it was at $1,100, $100 a week. Right. So $400 a month is what I was putting in there, and I was getting fractional shares.
Gotcha. Until you got to that full share.
Yep. And then I still do that. Right. So every week, X amount of money comes out of my account because it's going straight in. Right. And it's, whether it's a full share, a partial over partial, it's all adding up. So it just to give everybody a shout out, like if you can't buy all of Amazon right now, just get in the game.
Word up.
Right? Because your returns, like you said, once you see your returns, and then AT&T gave me, I ain't gonna say what they gave me, but it was a nice dividend, right? So when I reinvested that, I was like, what? So it's just about getting in the game because they're gonna give you free money back.
Yeah, get in the game. Get in the game.
Just get in.
Just start.
$100, just start.
Just start. That's the best advice I can give you. Like I said, I told you what you need to do as far as setting up.
I told you what you need to do.
Told you what you need to do. Just start because I promise. Now, like I said, and there's a little bit more detail as it relates to like knowing how to analyze a company, and I show all that, and even actually a good bit of it is in my book. showing you how to, the steps to analyze a company to see. So it's there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, just start, man. Just start. And then like once you get comfortable with it and then you start, then you might want to start getting in trading, because trading is where it's at.
Yeah. It seemed like, I hate to say it's a trend, but it's been a game changer for the culture. Like you see more and more, entrepreneurs.
COVID spawned that out. COVID
millionaires doing what you're doing, trading stock, investing, and the Forex. Like everybody's finding an avenue to build wealth from the seat of their home or the office or whatever. So,
which is also causing the pullback, which is also causing the inflation. So you have to get, and as a family show, you have to get, I'll use this word creative. You have to get creative how you manage your portfolio, because I was in crypto and it was just going north, and something happened. Like Shaq came through the alley, smacked that ball out of my hand. So I said, okay. Yeah, exactly. So I snatched all that out, and then I just put it back over in Tesla and just bought a bunch more of that. So, I mean, I millions of millionaires were made during 2020 and 2021. Right. Crazy.
Let's get it. Hey, Jay, give them your plug real quick before we go to this around the horn.
Definitely. Yeah. So you can follow me on IG, Facebook, Jamari Norris. You can hit me up. My website where you can get the book is jamarinorris.com. And of course, if you want to work with me, you can go to workwithjnow.com, and we'll make sure that stuff is in the show notes. And hey, schedule a call and see if it's a good fit so we can get in this market.
Beautiful. Word up. Hey, Jay telling y'all some stuff on the back too.
Oh yeah, I'm sprinkling them nuggets, son. I'm sprinkling them nuggets.
Look, he said set some goals. Cut back on the TV. Get up early and eat fruit. Eat healthy.
Look, I'm giving you some life stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no doubt.
All right, what you got, man? What you got?
All right, so look, yeah, I got a would you rather. What T rather at, man? T rather done dipped out bad.
Yeah, he had to cut out.
Oh, that's right. He had a hard stop.
Yep.
Okay, bet that. All right, so cool. So, would you rather? All right, have A, free groceries for a year. B, free gasoline for a year. C, quarterly paid vacations for a year. Or D, all your bills paid for 6 months.
I got you. Can I go first? May I?
Sure.
Bro, come get these bills. Hey, I give you my corporate address right now, 3003, such and such and such. And the reason is because if gas, that's a control, right? A vacation, I can get that on my own, right? And then what was the second one?
The second
gas,
free gas,
groceries. Yeah, groceries, gas, and vacation. Well, here it is. If I could, let's say my bills is $20,000 a month. If I can put $20,000 away, bro, I will buy my own villa and a vacation spot.
That's what's killing you all the time. Is the bills. Is the five.
Yeah. So yeah.
Because even though gas is high, it's like it don't even matter.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
It's funny, man. One of my mentors, whenever he wants to buy something, he's getting ready to buy a Mustang. He goes and buys a stock that pays a dividend.
Crazy.
Right? Crazy. So he's already doing this. He's saying, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get a dividend. That's going to pay my Mustang payment. So yeah, take care of these bills, bro. Please. I'll even make it easy for you. I'll give you 3 months. You can take my bills for 3 months. I don't even need 6.
30. Give me 30 days, man. Anybody take these bills. Please come holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, like during the recession, like people was giving like hurricane and all stuff. You get it.
Bruh.
Like, yo, we got 60 days on them.
That stimulus check came, the first one, which I don't even know how, hey, it is. I was like,
You be feeling like the Chico. You feel like, am I gonna get in trouble for this? No, they giving it out. All right, let's see what they say.
I called my tax person like 5 times. Like, so you think I should cash it? Because I don't want to cash it if I ain't supposed to get it.
Exactly.
And that was a little money. So
Is this for
yeah,
me?
So for me, yeah, I would do bills. Where you at? Where you at? C?
Oh yeah, bills all day, son. And T. Rowe just chimed in as well. Bills all day.
He said bills all day for me. Yeah, man. Look, I was looking at it, and I'm gonna go a different direction, man. Because you know how I like them vacations. I'm gonna go for the. Here's the reason why. I looked at my bills and what I like to spend on vacations.
Vacation is a bill.
I was like, I can probably come up on a. Bruh, like just think about it, because
But then you got to come home and pay the light bill.
But I'm happy though. I'm refreshed
but it ain't really hitting me like that. You know what I'm
because
saying?
you went home.
You know what I'm saying? Because I keep the AC. I turn the AC up to 75 when I leave. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So
That boy he got a Sharpie on this shit. I already
Bruh.
know.
Do not touch Jamar.
I promise, you know what I'm saying? Hey, once the you know what I'm saying, like I said, once the groceries, the envelope run out, you know what I'm saying, I'll still be on that day Rams. Hey, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? It's a wrap. So yeah, man. Okay. Man, I'm finna get ready to get up out of this trade. This is oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice.
The Ross boy.
That's the Ross just for less. Let me see where I'm at. Let me refresh.
It's real time, people. Real time.
All right, so and I'm finna show you what I just made. All right, so 7:30.
Wow, see y'all getting super gems.
7:30. All right, hold up. My bad.
We should did the screen share on that boy.
No, I'm finna.
They'll see it. I got a feeling this gonna be on.
Oh yeah, right.
All right.
You gonna see? You gonna see the green screen?
I had 2 of them in here. Oh, it's at 7:05. Sell to close at 7:05. All right, 7:05. I can't do 7:05. Okay, I gotta do 7:10.
More money. I don't know if y'all caught that.
Yeah, they won't let me do 7:05.
More
Let
money.
me see if it'll take. Oh no, I can't. Okay, 7. Jeez, Louise. No, I'll just do $7. I ain't gonna be greedy.
See, I told y'all that's just more money. He's like,
Hold on.
And the dimes add up.
Oh, I already had it in. I had an order. Let me modify my order. My bad, y'all. Let me modify my order. I'm just gonna go with the 7. All right, it failed. All right, bet.
I heard the alert.
Did you hear it?
It sound like ching almost.
Okay, so let me go here real quick. I'm sorry, yeah, I'm taking it. Let me see. What's today? The 20th or the 19th? 20th?
20th.
20th. Okay, I gotta change my
May
May
20th.
Okay, that's what I just made on Ross right there.
In a day?
Yeah, I set it up. We took that trade at 9:00 this morning.
And then she made that in a day.
Yeah, I made that today.
One day.
One day. One day.
How many of y'all did that? And not to be braggadocious, but
Here's the deal.
That's factual. Like, it's real money.
Like that's gonna go to my bank account.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can deposit that, and in 48 hours it'll be in the bank account. So that's why the trading aspect is beautiful. So
game changer.
So think about this. And like I said, I mean that's a good amount of money for just what is it? What the market opened at 9:30. So we took the trade at 9, so 10, 11, 12. So for three hours of work, almost $2,000, right? So let's just look at this. What if you just traded every day and you just did $50 a day times 20 trading days? That's $1,000. $50 a day. That's
and remember, we chop it up a lot. You're rarely in a trade this long. Like, y'all don't understand. This cat Jay, the market starts and then about 10:30, 11, he's like, yeah, man, I'm about to go get a nap.
I held that trade because sometimes we can get in and out of a trade and I'll be out of a trade in like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll swing it, and sometimes I've held trades for a week, sometimes longer. Usually because I wasn't patient enough to wait for the entry. So you know you got to manage your emotions. But it's such a lucrative opportunity when you have the knowledge. Like I said, you ain't got to quit and do this full time like I do. But man, you can just add that skill set. Like once you know, because it's just like riding a bike. Like once you know how to ride a bike or once you know how to drive a car, you ain't like looking at the lights and all that. Well, what does this do? No, you getting in, it's second nature. You know what I'm saying? You put your gas, foot on the gas, rear view mirror, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know, left over, right. It's you know it, it's instinct. So that's what trading becomes, because when the first time I saw some charts, I was like, yo, what is this? It was like Spanglish, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like, oh, that's what it is. And since I pride myself on making hard simple, you know, my clients have been able to benefit, you know, greatly
Man, that's
from
huge.
it. And like I said, some people just want to, you know, learn how to invest, and like I said, make an extra $100 a week. But like
Which
I
is
said,
good.
which is great, which is
Yeah.
great. But what I'm doing, so I just made almost $2,000 on that trade. Somebody just made $200,000 on that trade. Somebody just made $1 million on that same trade.
Mm-hmm.
So believe me, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole.
Mm.
But you can be at the bottom and still eat very, very well. You see what I'm
And
saying?
one more thing, you bet that stock was going to go down.
Down. That's right. That's
So
what
once again, right? So once again, people like Jay's making money because my stuff is bloody, right? I looked at my
Look,
portfolio today and just turned.
and this,
I ain't even
and if
looking
you
at
can see this is what it did today.
it.
It went down. I got in like at that first line, that green line. That's where I got in at. I know y'all
Every
can't see this
time,
on the podcast land, but basically,
every time it went down, you made money.
yeah. And I had a take profit, and let me I'll make sure my guy is out because I got a group chat with my clients so that we post this stuff.
He out there like, this is Joe Clark. Get the chains off the door.
Yeah.
The trade is here.
So, and we post our wins because I post. So the good thing is, like I trade. One of the benefits of my program is like I trade live with my clients. So it's like you can see it. I want you to see it. I don't want to just show you, okay, this is what you do, because I got the course and everything, the video modules. But once you do that, then we need to apply it. Like I want you to be in here with me. Like
That's love.
if I'm trading it too. I ain't just telling you something. Like if I lose, like if you lose, I probably lost too.
Hey, we got some bad news in that.
You know what I'm saying? But and here's the deal: as a trader, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
The point is to win more than you lose. It's just because you can't time the market. But we in this thing together. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of take that approach that like I want you to win as much as I want to win, and if I win, you gonna win. Simple as that. And if you ain't got it yet, I'm gonna hold your hand until you get it. Like Jay ain't getting it. Like my man hit me up yesterday. He was like, "Man, what happened with PayPal? I just don't understand." Like, dude, just do this. Blah 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 blah. Like I ain't. Yeah, I want my clients to succeed at all costs.
Beautiful.
Straight up.
Beautiful.
That's what we on.
Well, people, I hope you enjoyed what you heard today. And we're going to be doing more of this. I know we had Bruce do his SME on real estate and investing. Jay hit us today with the trading and investing. So more of that to come. So please tune in. We're going to continue to build and drop the gems and, have a laugh here or two. But we're here to help the people, to give you everything that you need and that you don't. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? But this is this was a great discussion. Another great episode. Beautiful. Jay, we appreciate the gems. Go work with my man Jay so you can get it in. And until next time, I'm C Nick, joined by Jay B Hicks and T Rel. And this is That's on Everything podcast, here to give you everything that you need and that you don't. And that's on everything.
That's on everything. So 1997, that's what that's on.